The most important thing I think they got wrong, Liverpool, is there was no consistent line depth, okay? So that's a little bit technical, but basically, where are we going to be when Newcastle have got the ball at the back and we know they're going to hit it long? And where are we going to be from those set pieces? Because Newcastle won loads of set pieces as well as Liverpool did. But on a couple of occasions, they were inside their own area to defend crosses. Big problem, because Newcastle wins so many second balls. They win so many knockdowns. You know, there was one where Gordon should have scored if it had been Isak, sorry. They'd probably go 1-0 up from the header. But even in that position, the in-swinger comes in. Konaté's under the ball. Kerkez is behind Van Dijk. The right-back's too far out wide. The defenders in a line are all over the place. And they get themselves in a horrible position. And then for the goal, for the Willa-Sula goal, that was the equaliser, wasn't it? Crikey, it was crazy.
88th minute to 2-2.
So they decide, and I don't know whether it was the bench or Van Dijk who decided this at the time, because Van Dijk's in conversation with the bench, but they basically go, we don't want to concede that knockdown on the edge of our own area. So they stepped up so high, they're almost on the centre circle line. And Nick Pope looks up and just goes, all right then, I'll just drop it in there.
I'll dink it in over
and then
the top.
Konaté doesn't backpedal, doesn't head it, doesn't win his duel against Dan Burn. All right, that's difficult, but you still want your centre-half to win the header. And, you know, and then they get caught napping as Willa-Sula gets in. So they didn't know whether to be up, they didn't know whether to be back, they were never in a straight line. So, but for Van Dijk heading and clearing stuff and holding it together, I mean, it was like sort of trying to keep 3 puppies in the bath at one stage. It was just like absolutely all over the place. He was waving his arms around so much, but yeah, you're not buying that one.
3 puppies in a bath.
Well, he was just trying to scramble them all together.
I want to go with herding cats if we're doing pets.
Yeah, herding
to be
cats.
fair.
Right, there's a better analogy. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's go with that one.